You know how we get down. Yeah, the way we gon' work it out.
I am Pastor Julius, and this is my lovely wife,
Lady Ashante.
and we got some really good information that we want to share with you guys called Let's Make Marriage Great Again. A discussion. It's called Let's Make Marriage Great Again. A discussion.
Poppin', crack-a-lackin' world. Welcome to another episode of Make Marriage Great Again, where we, your hosts,
bring you all the goodness pertaining to marriages, relationships, sex,
and hoochie daddy shorts.
and fighting.
Hoochie daddy.
And we is in the season right now, dog.
But I think it's
Let
fun.
me get myself
Oh
together,
my God!
dog.
Right here, look,
Let
I'm
me get
here.
myself
I'm already
together,
here.
dog. You feel me, dog?
Okay, this is what I think is funny about this whole.
Hoochie daddy out here.
What's up, Blue Shorts?
What's up,
Yeah.
baby? You
I
see
think
me?
what's funny about this whole hoochie daddy short thing is, first of all, women have been wearing short shorts forever.
They have been.
And I think short shorts on men was, we talk about this all the time. It probably was deemed feminine.
Well, men ain't really rocked short shorts since the 70s and 80s.
And they wore the basketball shorts was super short.
70s and 80s.
And then we went through this odd stage of everything had to be big old
Big and
baggy, long, sagging. And now it's going back to like this very, I call it metrosexual, where it's like there is no gender constraint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If a man has amazing legs and he wants to show his legs off, now I'm not talking about Daisy Dukes. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
There is a line, fellas.
Yeah.
I seen something on somebody's IG last night. Me and Julius was like, bro, your butt cheeks is out.
Because I got me some hoochie daddies, man. I'm working on some
And I got me some hoochie mamas.
I'm working on some things. Y'all always had it. Yeah. I'm working on some things. You feel me?
What you working on?
I'm trying to lose me a few pounds, get back in optimal shape.
Oh, so you
know
want
what I mean?
your hoochie daddies
You know
out?
what I mean? Come around about August, man. Come
Oh.
through with a couple pairs of hoochie daddies on. You feel me?
I'm going to come back from Miami and it's going to be,
What's going on down in Miami?
I'm dropping my body off.
Dropping your
And then
body
I'm going to
off.
go back and pick it up.
Man, come on.
Anyway, y'all, we have a super dope episode today. We're talking about, should you be disclosing all of the thoughts in your brain to your spouse?
Pertaining to life in general or just your spouse in particular?
Your spouse. Life in general is cool. Like, if you come home and you want to talk about the presidential election, you know, or what you think about, you know, the traffic on Broad Street, talk about that. But should you be telling me all of the intimate thought? You know, we use the word intimate and we all automatically think sexual, and it's not. But should you be telling me everything that goes on in that beautiful bald head of yours? My answer is absolutely not.
My answer is yes. My answer is yes. So you tell them. Tell us
Bro,
why not.
you're out of your mind.
You tell us why not.
Okay.
And I'll tell them why.
Okay, so I say no.
Okay.
My granny would say, some things you go to the grave with. And I don't mean like sneaky conniving things. No, I mean some things you think and you know the detriment it would have on your person. And so you do not say it. But for me, that is wisdom. That is not, you said you was going for me to say my thing. So it's not about withholding information. Because again, we're not talking about, oh, I snuck out with my old college boyfriend. No, I'm talking about, you may see your spouse and your spouse might have physically changed over the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't thanging and her thing ain't thanging no more. And you looking like, God, man, she looks really bad. You'd be a fool to tell your wife, man, your body, babe, it's just not looking good. Like, you would hurt your person so deep. Now, we got this from, there was a couple who had gotten into a debate about Kevin Samuels, and they were talking about, you know, 10s and stuff like that, and high value men, and et cetera. And the husband tells the wife, well, you not a 10 physically, but your personality and everything makes you a whole 10. And his wife was like, wow. So basically you saying I got a good personality, but I'm ugly. Like, bro, you know how hard it would be for you to come back from that? You just, like, you mean to tell me that that's what you tell your person? Imagine me telling you, like, I mean, you cool, like, you're not a 10 physically, but man, you have a great personality. You want me to tell you that?
So, this is what I say. I think a lot of things can be communicated if they're communicated correctly. So, no, I don't think it's cool for a man or a woman to be insensitive when they're communicating something like what you were saying.
Would you say that man was
to their
insensitive?
spouse. That's tremendously insensitive.
Okay.
That's
All right.
insensitive to say, I mean, your body you ain't a 10, but your person, like, that's insensitive. But I think, like, you could be potentially doing your mate a disservice by not articulating truth to them.
If they ask for it?
No, not only if they ask for it. When something comes to you that is valid, because let's be clear, some thoughts we think ain't valid.
So give me an example of what a valid thought is. And you better watch yourself.
Your spouse has gained,
I said watch yourself.
40 pounds.
Oh, I said watch yourself.
I'm not talking about you.
You all in my,
I'm not talking
you're in my
about
lane.
you.
Well,
I'm
use a
not
different
talking
number.
about you.
Use a different number.
Your spouse has gained weight
Thank you.
over the course of time.
It's been a long 12 years now.
Over the course of time, right? And I don't know if it would be fair to them to not be able to communicate truth, especially, hear me, especially. Now, it's, of course, it has to be tactful, it has to be tremendously sensitive, and it needs to be articulated.
Why do you need to say
But
anything?
Well, because what happens is we have to deal, like, the person, you got to deal with the complaints.
No.
And I'm going to share this with y'all. I'm going to give y'all this example. My son, King Judah Lancaster, I love him, David. This is my boy. I love him, my firstborn son. I love him. King wants to get a gold medal in track. King is tremendously fast, got a lot of potential, tremendously just athletically gifted. There's something going on mentally with King. We're trying to push him through to get him to be able to tap into that fourth gear. And part of the mental deficiency is his lack of desire for hard work. And so he don't really necessarily want to put in the work. And I don't think he really understands the work that needs to be put in.
I think it's the fear he has of vomiting. Our son has this fear of throwing up that is not healthy.
In track, until you vomit, you probably ain't pushed yourself
correct. In any sport. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but whatever the reason, he's not put the correlation together that his hard work is going to materialize in him getting that gold medal that he's after.
Yeah.
Now, it wouldn't be fair for me to, when I hear his complaints about not getting this gold medal, about not being how good he wants to be and all of that, it would be unfair for me to be like, I think you're doing great, man. I think you're doing great, King.
No, again.
So what I'm saying, let me finish. There is a way for me to communicate to him in that moment that he needs to do better, that he is not where he wants to be. There is a way for me to connect those dots for him that doesn't make him walk away from the situation feeling defeated and feeling like I just dogged him out. But I owe that to him in that moment to be real. What are you going to say?
That's not an intimate thought. Like, that's, for me.
Can I say one thing before you get back started? And I'll let you have the whole floor.
Oh, sure.
It's a tremendously intimate thought, because in my mind, I'm already thinking that he's not doing what he needs to do in order to get to where he's trying to go. I'm already thinking that in my mind. I might not have said it because I'm trying to figure out how to properly do this so that I don't hurt his feelings. But I've noticed this. And this happens in relationships, y'all. I gave the analogy of a person gaining a lot of weight. So in the spouse's mind, they're probably thinking to themselves like, hey, man, my spouse gained, 25, 30 pounds. And I keep hearing them make some complaints or showing some concerns about what they're wanting to look like. But I'm seeing that their work ethic is not going to help them get to where they're wanting to look like. So how in the world do I communicate this and be real with them without hurting their feelings? There, I'm done.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's all you.
So I think when you're having conversations with an individual and they're voicing to you frustrations, and then it engages in a conversation and gives you the opportunity to maybe talk about some opportunities, that's completely different than you like big old booties and your wife ain't got a big old booty, but you tell your wife, look at that big old booty.
What you looking at me for? What you looking at me for?
The other day, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is
my thing though.
This is tremendously outlandish.
This is why you should not communicate. This is why I say no, you should not communicate everything that's in your head. We had a conversation. We were driving, and this is something that Julius and I do, I guess you could say all the time. Like if there's a girl with a big old booty, I'm not blind, he's not blind. I'm like, dang, she got a wagon. Something like that. It happens. But if he sees a big old booty, if he sees a big old booty, wait till the correlation, y'all gonna be like, got it. If he sees a big old booty, he is not to say, man, she got a big old booty. Like, for me, he did not need, that was an intimate thought. He would have been better to just keep that to himself. The same way, David, that I cannot see a young man with gray sweatpants on and say, dang, he got a print. That is an intimate thought that probably should not leave my mind to my lips. So what I'm saying, because that could potentially hurt my person. Julius be like, what are you doing looking at? So the man that said to the wife, we're debating going back and forth about Kevin Samuels. How dare that man be like, well, you ain't no 10? Like, what? That you don't have to say everything that comes to your head. Now, if me and you are having a conversation and I'm coming to you like, babe, I'm so tired of being 40 pounds overweight, and I'm coming to you and I am like, yes, I think you're like, babe, I think that's the great time for you to be like, well, what can we do together? Because you said, you got to be diplomatic about it. And I think there is a way for you to communicate to that person. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there are some things that come into our brains in relationships that you have no business letting out, because you better use wisdom pertaining to your person.
You done? Are you done?
No, because I probably have something else. Go ahead.
So let's reel this in.
You the one who took it all the way out to athletes
I thought we was talking about each other specifically. I didn't know you were talking about other things. I thought you were talking about each other specifically. Put your chain in.
Snap. Sorry, guys.
I thought we were talking about each other specifically. So I'm in agreement with you as far as...
You're talking about you and I specifically?
Yeah, like because the example you gave, that was a specific conversation between that man and his spouse.
Yeah, but we're talking to a plethora of people.
Right.
I have thousands of subscribers that I'm talking to.
But the example is between man and man. So, of course, there are some things that you shouldn't say, but I thought we were talking about intimate thoughts about each other.
No, I'm talking about intimate thoughts. As a person in a relationship or a marriage, should you be telling your significant other or your spouse every intimate thought that comes through your mind?
Well, the example that you gave, though, was between them two. I didn't know you were talking about
Okay, so now
other
that you know, what's your answer?
So, no, I don't think that you should say, stuff like that. But let me tell you something, though. At one point in my life, this is before I got married, was tremendously intimate in my relationship with the Lord, and had come out of just being manipulative when it came to relationships with women. And so, you know, sometimes when you're coming out of situations, you go to the extreme.
Yeah.
Right. And so I went to the extreme of transparency and honesty. And believe it or not, there was a time in my life when I would have these rap sessions with some of my fellas when I was locked up, and we would talk about like how we wanted our life to go when we got out. Like we were literally crafting our life and speaking our life into existence. And one of the things that I would say was I want my wife to be totally honest with me, brutally honest to the point to where she can come to me and say what you just said.
About a print?
Yep. I said that exact thing.
No.
I said that exact thing. Now.
You said that back then.
Now. Having lived life.
Thank you.
And now I'm able to look
That's
at things.
That's an old pie in the sky.
A little differently.
Nah, that ain't how it is.
I don't know that I would want that. But I do want a high level of transparency and honesty.
I mean, again,
you know what I'm saying?
I think what you're mixing like this gumbo pot. There has to be a high level of transparency.
So transparency and honesty ain't the same thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're not the same thing.
No, like I'm not about to be. You have to use wisdom.
For sure.
I think in our other episodes you said dwelling with your wife according to knowledge. Like you better know.
Yeah.
Who you got.
But so I'm gonna tell you the scenario that you gave, talking about the booty and all of that, you send me mixed signals.
Timing is everything.
You sent me mixed
Timing
signals
is everything.
Because at one point, y'all, we went down to Puerto Rico. Fellas, hey. Go to Puerto Rico. Just go on vacation to Puerto Rico.
Don't go to Puerto Rico.
Because I don't know what's going on down there. But
it's all the beans and rice.
It's the beans and the rice. Because every time we turned around and Shantae was pointing out cheeks.
I'm about to go down there and get my...
She's like, look at them cheeks. I was like, oh, that's what we doing?
Again, I think it's well...
Oh, no.
A couple cheeks out. No. Timing is everything. We were driving and I was having a conversation with him and he says, dang. I'm like, and I just stared at him like, I'm talking to you and you're looking at this girl across the street and she had a wagon and it was a woman of the fair persuasion, which I don't know where they get these from, but it was time. It was timing. You're not dwelling with me according to knowledge.
But normally, y'all, that's something she would have pointed out. History has proven us that before, so she knows I've seen it. So since she be knowing I see it, she'll be like, so normally that's something she would have pointed
because
out.
That's what I do. I know he's not blind. I know he sees it. So in my mind, let me just point it out first so that we can go, because there it is.
So I thought that's
it's
what we
in
was
our
doing.
face. No, you did not.
I thought that's what we was
you
doing.
You did
David.
not think that.
That's what we was doing.
You was so.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what was going on. I thought that's what we was doing.
No, sir.
And so y'all just followed suit.
And then I said,
you said don't do that.
No, and I said, because if a dude walk by and you talking to me and I say something about that print and them gray shorts, and then he said, you can see that?
Women are so nasty. Y'all just nasty. To be able to just look that intently and see that.
No, it's not about intent.
A woman walking across the street with a wagon, it's just, it's just right there. It's easy. Like, you don't got to try to look intently to see it.
You don't have to look intently to see a young man.
And then you just...
If a young man is young man, and he might be free balling that day. It is what it is.
You got to look intently.
No, you do not. No, you do. You want to know why you don't know that?
I don't look at that.
Thank you, because you're not looking at that.
So wait, hold on.
I'm not saying I'm looking at it.
Slow this train down. So,
I'm not saying I'm looking.
You know what dude told him on Minister Society, don't you?
Say?
You know you didn't effed up.
No, I'm not looking at it. If somebody's walking towards you, you're walking towards somebody.
Why would you look there?
And it's something that's in there doing this.
No. Why would you look there?
It's not you've never scaled a person.
No.
Julius, you're lying. You ain't never scaled a woman, you're lying. As a man, you're looking at head to toe in a matter of seconds.
No,
Man, bro.
I disagree with that one. Now.
Okay.
You didn't.
Okay, so if a woman was walking in front of, so here's the thing, men don't have booties. Like, I mean, some men do have big old booties, but I don't know any women who like, oh, look at his big old booty.
So you're saying basically the feature that a man looks for in a woman is different than the feature that a woman.
Well,
looks for
y'all look at boobs and y'all look at booty. So you have, if a woman's walking towards you and she has a low cut shirt on and she's got her boobs served all up, you're gonna be like, dang, like it's not even a.
Again, that's easy. That's for everybody to see.
No,
when
it's
a woman,
not.
When a woman
There's
has
times,
cleavage
Julius,
out and all
no,
this,
she doesn't have to have cleavage out. We've had this
easy.
conversation. A girl, if she got huge boobs, she can have on a regular T-shirt and be like, dang, she got.
That don't do. Like I don't look at. I don't know.
Oh, that don't do because that don't do nothing for you.
No. But if she walking and she got all type of cleavage out, like everybody can see that. That's very easy.
And
to
I'm
see.
telling you,
it's not
that when somebody's walking around and they have a print the same way a woman would have a print, it's like, oh, it's noticeable. It's not like you're scanning like I'm scanning for penis print now. You're not doing that.
I kind of like.
Man, that's not what's going on.
I agree with that.
That's not what's going on.
That's more of an intent look.
It's not.
What do you say, David?
David's not looking at penises. Sometimes it's just flapping around.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's just
maybe I'm wrong.
Flopping around.
I can stand corrected. I've been wrong before.
Are you intentionally looking at booty every time?
Not really.
It just be back there wagging, huh?
You just see
Dragging.
it crossing the street, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
That's how I be. Sometimes it just is like, oh snap! It just is what it
I
is.
mean to see all that.
You ain't mean to see all of that. It is what it is. Like you're not. Every time a man walk by, like, yeah, no, that's not how that works.
So it's not perversion, it's just reality.
It's just reality. And my thing is that for me, that's an intimate thought. Like, I'm not going to be like, this one time, LeBron James had took this picture with these compression shorts on. And on Instagram, you can see who likes the picture. And Julius is like, nigga, why'd you like this picture?
What about this picture?
He was like, nah, what about this picture did you like? And I was like, Julius, I like every single picture of LeBron James. Like anything he posts. So I started going through them and I'm like, look at all of my likes. I like all of his stuff. He was like, nah, this picture. He ain't got no shirt on and he's got compression shorts on. What about this picture did you like? And I'm like.
And then she called me one time about Angie Simmons.
Okay, because I like the picture with LeBron James. He had on compression shorts. He was on I think an exercise bike. Double click, move on. I see the same thing on Instagram. I'm able to see when he likes stuff. And I'm looking and Angela Simmons got her whole booty out.
It wasn't.
Angela Simmons always has her booty out.
She had on like some tights or something. Her skin booty wasn't out.
No, it was a bikini pic. Her skin booty was absolutely out.
No, I disagree.
And I screenshotted it and I said, why did you like this picture? And he was like,
the same reason you like LeBron James's. That's what I said.
For me, LeBron James had his chest and stuff out, and he was thinking that I liked it because he had compression shorts on. It wasn't even showing anything. Angela Simmons' whole thing be thangin'. You like Angela Simmons. You like all of her pictures.
No, I do not. I like some of them. She get on that sage and the weird stuff sometimes.
That ain't got nothing to do with her booty.
What I mean? So I just, bypass a lot. I see some of it, though. I like them. The picture.
Why?
Because it's a nice picture.
Are you going to sit here with a straight face?
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
It's a nice picture?
Yeah. What's wrong with that? That's the truth. What else am I supposed to say? It's a nice picture.
All right.
The same reason why you like the stuff. It's a nice picture. That's all it is to it.
I mean, my pictures that I like, men have clothes on.
All right.
Angela Simmons don't.
Yeah, she not always like that.
She be having bikers on, leggings, bikinis. She's very rarely like not showing off her assets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about all that. I don't stalk the woman. I like a few pictures.
Listen, y'all, at the end of the day, use wisdom, please.
Yes, I don't think that. I think as it pertains to your spouse or your significant other,
Yes.
I think you owe it to them though. If it's pertaining to them specifically,
If it's something
I think
that's bothering you,
need to
no,
have
no, no,
that
no.
communication.
If it's something that's bothering you, and this is where this is where I think honesty comes into play. If your wife or husband has gained weight and it don't bother you, like for me, we don't need to have no conversation. I think what you're talking about is that it's bothered you. King, like you would already know that was already bothering you. And so when King goes to complain, it opens up the opportunity for you to really talk about what's been bothering you anyway.
No, not necessarily.
Because if it's not bothered you, then
it was
why
still-
say anything?
Because it's still a reality. If it wasn't bothering me, and I knew though that he wasn't working towards it, but it wasn't bothering me, but he was complaining, I still would say the same thing to him. Like, well, King, come on, bro. Like, you can't really get mad at the results you're not getting for the work that you're not putting in. I would say that same thing to him, even if it wasn't bothering me.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about you're not a 10 physically. Your personality makes you a 10, no? Like, I'm talking about that. So that what you're talking about is, I think, just what you're supposed to do as a spouse. You're supposed to help.
So that's honesty.
Yeah.
Spouse to spouse is honesty.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And then the other piece is like, you don't always have to have full transparency.
I
So
agree.
about other things, I don't need to just run around and tell like, hey man, I saw this girl, she had a big old booty.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
That's unnecessary. But as pertaining to me and you, I owe it to you.
Absolutely, I agree.
To be honest with you.
I agree with you 100% on all fronts.
You
I
know?
agree.
Well, y'all, I'm glad we had this conversation because we got some talking to do.
What?
Back off. We got some talking to do. We got some talking to stay over there for a minute.
See, no.
We got some talking to do.
Ah!
No, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just kidding. This was a good episode, man. And hopefully we know how to just use wisdom as it pertains to.
What you said was dope.
You know.
Honesty does not mean full transparency.
Yeah.
It's good. I give you that.
Because we see all types of stuff.
Yeah, you see, I mean you have to go back and say it. That's ridiculous.
We on social media too. And
you see
you
all
just
kind of
see
stuff.
all type of stuff, man.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? And if you just, it is what it is. You gotta know what you like, know what you want,
Yeah.
and learn how to be satisfied with that.
That's what you better tell it.
And not allow all of the options to get you in trouble.
Oh no, that's a good podcast.
You know?
Yeah.
So that might be the next one too.
It
y'all.
might be.
So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned.
Subscribe.
MGA,
YouTube.
subscribe, share. Make sure that y'all help us get our numbers up. Get your numbers up.
Baby.
I had to get my numbers up, baby.
Shout out to Drill.
Peace,
Bye,
y'all.
y'all.